Have you ever thought, why is that house so cheap? What is wrong with it? Well, there's reasons for that, and there's pros and cons, and we're going to talk about that this week on our Monday Market Update. Tune in. Hello, and thank you for joining the Hatch Homes group, or Randolph and I, on this weekly market update. Thanks for tuning in and liking and subscribing. This week, we're going to talk about listings that are underpriced and why some listing agents and sellers are choosing to do this, especially in a market like we are in. So why do they do that? It's certainly not a new strategy, and we've definitely seen it before, but we want to break down the pros and cons for you a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially in a market that, the demand is outpacing the supply and the inventory. So why is that happening in this market, Randolph, do you think?
Well, Michelle, they want to make a quick sale. Why totally makes sense. And also what they want to be able to potentially get multiple offers and drive the price up. That sounds about right. So some of the reasons a seller might benefit from doing that, of course, they can quickly get the whole household quicker with less concessions.
Mm-hmm.
And why might this be a poor strategy?
Well, obviously, quite simply, it's a gamble. There's no guarantee that they're going to get multiple offers, and it will potentially raise a red flag for buyers that are looking at this in the particular price ranges, and they're like, why is that so cheap? What's wrong with it? Like, that's the initial feeling, right? And so and also with sellers that price too low, they may not be getting the full value of their house. And so they could possibly be losing money. And that's never good, right? So basically, there's no guarantee. So let's talk about why buyers might like this.
Well, why buyers might like that? Well, they're thinking they might be getting a good deal. They might be thinking that they're getting a great deal, which is possibly true, but also risky because why? It increases competition.
And that's always so stressful, right? I think when buyers are looking at houses that are so cheap, they're like, uh-oh, this is going to be really hot. We've just had those experiences with some of our buyers, and then they get totally discouraged because they're like, oh, well, now I have to pay over anyway. And so they're probably thinking they're not getting as good a deal as they initially thought. And they're going to have to and like what we saw a couple years ago with multiple offer situations and people waiving their important contingencies like inspections or appraisal gaps. So in the long run, they may end up paying more anyhow, but then it definitely brings it up to market value. So I don't know. There's some pros and cons. So I think you can see what we're talking about here. So we would love to know what you think about this. It's definitely a strategy that should be discussed with your realtor. And the good thing about working with us is that we have our finger on the pulse of the market all the time, like you see. And so we can easily tell you if we think it's overpriced or underpriced, and we can formulate a strategy together to make it beneficial for everyone involved.
Nicely said, Michelle. So thank you for joining us. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Signing off from the Hatch Home team. See you later.
Thank you.